What a ride. The letter H, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those key moments. I just grabbed that screenshot while I was waiting for the video to end. Key moments in that video. The heart, the head, and the horse, which is hurt. Oh, the dumb stuff you can find. Oh, man. I found a horse. A horse. A horse. It was hurt. Oh boy. Okay, let's just fire up heat signature here just so we can at least have some background noise. So today we're doing 3 games. They all start with the letter H. And oh, my game's not making any noise. Now, is that a option that I've turned down because I was playing this game? Nope. Nope, it's just not making any noise. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me just Good. Okay, we got sound now. I don't know what the deal was for a second there. Maybe that starting menu just has no sound. As I was saying, we got 3 games to start with H. We got heat signature. I keep shigging things. I was doing that all day yesterday, saying sign sprites and stuff. Heat signature, Highfleet, and Haven and Hearth. 2 of which are just really good single player games, and the last being a online MMO survival crafting, real time based, yada yada, skibbity bop, whatever. As everyone knows, the letter H was invented in 1867 when a top alphabetologist was climbing a ladder and said, hey, this would work really well. It goes, as the song said. We wouldn't have known that if not for the song. And you can't say the word ghost without it, even though you don't hear it, which is really, really thematically correct, considering you can't see ghosts, but you can hear them. Everything with H rolls together into one. It is just a wonderful time, and apparently when you make a good video game, it starts with H. See, Factorio, I think, they tried to make an H, but they just did it wrong by accident and accidentally made an F. So I think that's an honorary H game, but we're not going to play Factorio today. Alright, let's get into the game, and, oh, can I do this? My mouse is, like, locked to the game menu, but I can kind of, like, dink it out of the game menu with some force. I wonder if I can, like, hit my... Ah, I did it! Oh, but I lost my heat signature window. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see the way my mouse is bouncing on the edge of the screen in the footage. It's like yoink a little bit, like it's bungee jumping into the right monitor. Using entirely random colors, only using nice color combinations. Okay, let's do random colors and create Galaxy 3 just to show off this game. So if anyone's ever played Hotline Miami, this is a lot like Hotline Miami, but instead of being story-based, level, it is a big, wide open area with a whole bunch of space stations and stuff, and ships flying around, and you get commissioned to do these missions. So you can see at the top right, the personal mission for this person is to eventually kill the security officer who tortured their sister. This person wants to rescue their mom from the Sovereign faction. This guy wants to rescue their husband from the Foundry faction. And these guys want to steal a ship to sell it off to like scrappers or something in order to make enough money to pay off a debt. which is funny because this person starts with a ton of money. And this is a great one to start with because it's some easy pants rich boy who already has his personal mission unlocked. You can see these ones say progress 0, progress 1, progress 2%. You need to perform certain tasks in order to get knowledge on your main mission, like where is the security officer, where are they currently stationed, what do I need to know about it, and then you can go on your mission. But this person starts off knowing where this Ceylon Mark IV is, and yeah, usually you buy your intel. That's why these ones say 200. They look like water droplets, the little currency thing. You can see a colored yellow one here. It's like a little water droplet with lines on the right of it. Probably like, I don't know, fuel or something. It's probably been named in the game somewhere and I just don't notice it. But we will pick this easy guy. You aim by spinning your mouse around. Woohoo. Walk around. This is your way. No, the middle is the way out. This is a way to get different jobs. You can like store items for anybody to use. You've got all sorts of like leaderboards, personal ones, and like people who have achieved their main goal. You've got each one's individual goal. My foot's itchy. Hold on. Arf, garf, snorf. There. I'll let you think that I was doing that with my mouth. They've got their personal goals, but there's a whole big, wide, free the whole galaxy overarching goal that you can slowly work towards. And then you can free every possible place. You doing liberation missions to free them from whoever's leading them. I don't know why my foot's so itchy. And unfortunately, there was no reward for 100% freeing the whole galaxy. I don't remember how much you need to do to beat the game. Like maybe it's a third or half, but getting the whole galaxy liberated, no real acknowledgement for it when I did it, and I was sad. You got a personal stash here. You got all sorts of shops that sell different... your pod is your little miniature spaceship. There's explosives and weapons and gadgets and yada yada. What does this guy have? He has a concussion hammer and a concussive shotgun, which means they're not lethal, and the shotgun doesn't make much noise, so people won't hear it from as far away. Not only is he rich, starts with his thing unlocked, but he starts with really good weapons too. So we can basically just... Do we go to the job listings? I genuinely don't remember. No, we got... Personal mission. I want to steal the thing. Done. Okay, so he still has to pay. His progress was in his pockets. He had 100% of the fee already required. So I pay her 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 intel finding fee. And we got all sorts of options to basically say, okay, I'm ready, thanks, and they don't affect anything. All the dialogue is pretty insubstantial. It's kind of interesting, kind of getting the background lore of the whole galaxy and this and that, but for the most part, it's just, I'm a tough guy, and I'm a cool lady, and mostly ignorable, I find. This video game is all about the gameplay. Okay. Did I F something up? Why don't I have a marker? Forgive me, despite loving this game. It's been a bit of a while since I last played. Okay, so now I can get my personal mission at the job board. There's only 8 guards. They have heat sensors, so if I get within their heat sensor range, they'll know I'm there and be detecting me. The bosses have the teleport ability, which lets them, like, zoop to whatever suspicious thing they hear. They don't have to walk there manually. neither of those are terribly scary. When it said that this person's mission was largely inconsequential, it was absolutely correct. It's gonna be a cakewalk. And watch me die anyways, because I'm out of practice. So we click to boost in the direction our mouse is going. You only boost a little bit if you're here, but you boost a lot of it if you're out here with your mouse. Ride on up to here. Now you gotta slow yourself back down, just like you sped up. It's, really, like, there's a little bit of, excuse me, a little bit of magnetism with, like, how your ship approaches other ships, but it really feels like you're actually, like, doing a physics-based flight, like playing Kerbal Space Program or something. Somebody holding the mouse down and expecting to fly right to their destination is gonna have a bad time. We have the concussive. Do I right-click to switch or do I right-click to shoot? That's what we're gonna do. Okay. I've got this equipped. I don't remember what the sight range is on these guys. They give you the little, like, question mark, like, huh, what was that? Are these guys all using, like, reflector shields? This feels a lot more difficult than they had, implied. So I just shot him with basically beanbags. Oh, that guy's got a key and he's out of range of his helper. That means there's some sort of cycle here where I can probably knock him out and get the key, but now he's... Ah, haha, he's headed this way. Okay. We have a victim. We just gotta wait for his shield thing to run out. Oh, there we go. And then we pop him. Just like that. Now we've got the level 1 doors all unlocked. We will run around this way and see if this grants us access to anything of interest. That's granting access to us getting killed by the looks of it. I must not have read the mission details close enough because, wow, I was not expecting all of these shielded guys. It must be this dude and anyone around him. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I just want everybody out of my way so I can, like... That. See, he was like, what was that? But I moved too quickly and I was out of his, like, searchy zone. Now he turns around. We need a level 2 key. Can I... melee the shield guard? Oh shit. Nope. So yeah, when you get shot or hurt or anything, you don't instantly die. They will throw you out the airlock. And since you have your pod that automatically detached when it detected you got harmed, you can catch yourself with your pod, and then you have more time to try doing this stuff again. How do you... Oh, here we go. Remote control your pod. Okay, so I'm passing out in the vacuum of space in a few seconds, but caught myself. Now, I've made this way harder for myself, and the question is... do I just come back with... Let's show off a different game of mechanics. So I've really realized that I can't do anything against the guards. I didn't gear up enough with special abilities and tools and all that. You have stuff that lets you swap position of... swap position of yours and a guard's. Okay. I'm losing track because this is progressing a lot faster than I expected. Let's stop for a second and beat up that other guy that's in here so he doesn't show up and... There. Okay. Now, we can fly this ship now that we've dealt with the captain and all the crew. And though this one doesn't seem to have weapons, I don't think so. Yeah, it has no weapons. Oh, I don't want to go to a station. I want to go to my goal. There he is. God, I feel like I've started and stopped talking about like 3 different things. You can shoot with these ships if they have guns, and you can actually like do huge damage to other ships. I forgot you can manually zoom in and out. That's why I crashed into the ship. I expected it to automatically zoom in for me, and it did not. No, I totally forgot what I was talking about before I got into this shit. Okay, so now what we can do is get up beside this ship. I don't know if this is gonna work. What my plan is to set this ship on a collision course with that one, and then hop out, get into my pod, and hopefully get into my pod before these two crash together. Alternatively, I could just crash these together and hope I can save myself with my pod when I get flung into space from ships collapsing. I think maybe we'll do that. Oh, all the different gadgets and stuff. You got all sorts of stuff where you can set traps for enemies that disable their shields or teleport them somewhere else. You can set so like you teleport them into space. You can shoot open windows so that they get sucked into the vacuum of space. There is a lot that is really nifty that you can do to take care of enemies, and I only had a I went straight through the ship. Now, we can go steal it now that it's busted in half and most of its guards are gone. Whee! That worked a lot better than I thought it would. So there's a chunk of like 2 rooms that just flew past. There's where the original dock is back there. And now we can dock on any of the busted up rooms. None of this works though, because we need a level 2 key card, and we simply lack that. We would have to time this so that we go through the door right behind them. Oh, okay. Watch this. I think that's a key panel there where we can unlock. Yeah, that looks like a key shape. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. But, oh, there's a turret there. That is a turret that's pointed up at me. Now it's turning and it's pointed to the left. But if I can survive going through this door and hitting that console, I can unlock all the level 2 doors. And then after my next spacing, I can much easier sneak in here and... Oh, I thought I was stealing a whole ship. I'm stealing some sort of object. Is anybody gonna come back through this door? Anyone today? No! I think one of them flung themselves into space. I think I just got a key. I think that just nabbed me a key. I think I just grabbed a key from outside. No way. I got the door. Key or no, I got the door. Okay. Now, I guess 18, 17, 16. Okay. We've got 12 seconds next time that happens, it says. The, bonk. The important thing is we should have a path to the device. Ah! Never mind. Did that way wrong. Get the oil. Okay. Oh, there is a... You can... Any weapon or item that's been dropped on the ship, you can teleport to yourself. But I don't see any option to do that right now. Maybe that's, Oh, I thought that was a wall for some reason. This, brute force approach isn't doing the trick, I'm afraid. I wonder if it's persistent. Like, if I go gear up, is it going to, still be busted to shit? Oh, I don't think you can just go to any station. I think it has... Yeah. Has to be your home station. I'm going to get, if I can, a teleporter that temporarily... Too fast. A teleporter that temporarily kind of zoops me into a room and then back out. And then all I need to do is just zoop myself into the room with the item. I'll grab it, and then I'll leave. We don't have to steal the ship. Explosive guns, gadgets. Okay. Crash beam turns off shields and stuff. Can be used 3 times. Honestly, that might just be all we need. You can see what all the shops have for sale just by walking up to one of them. All of them there is totally cosmetic, aside from your stash, which is like its own automatic thing. So now I got a crash beam. Does it work through walls? Okay, good. So I will crash them with the beam, and they'll have no shields, and they'll rush up to me to see what the hell happened. Honestly, that might be all we need. We'll give that a shot. The usefulness of that alone, compared to just having a gun and a melee weapon and nothing else, it's gonna be leagues better. Leagues! Ah! That's a big ship up there. You get into some huge giant ships. Like, this one's full of some tougher... Wow, okay, calm down. It's just... This doesn't bode well for when I go back to Kerbal Space Program and I need to do Space Rendezvous. Okay, bonk. And in. Alright. All of them are in a group. Whoa! I don't know what that was. I've never seen that before. I don't know what happened there. That was some wacky stuff. Okay, so yeah, now you can teleport items on the ship to you. There's an automatic concussive shotgun. Another one. 2 quiet guns. Turn off the sentry gun when you're up close to it. Now, ship's thrusters have been destroyed. So this thing's just whipping through space uncontrolled. Good luck, I guess. Bye. Nobody left on there. Hopefully there's nobody in its range. Man, that the like teleport dash that they were trying to do at the same time as being shot and like trying to go through the airlocky door thing on my ship, that caused a hell of a commotion. Alright, so we beat this person's main story mission. They can retire, and now that means there is a liberation mission, which lets us liberate one of the stations around us and unlock something new. So some of the teleporters I'm talking about, I guess we probably haven't unlocked. There's all sorts of stuff. And then, yeah, we liberate 9 in the Foundry area, we can go do the Stronghold. We liberate 9 in this area, we can do the Glitcher Stronghold. So 3, 6, 9. It's about a little more than half you gotta do to beat the game. So Liberation Mission. This one unlocks nothing, so I'm gonna pick it just to be contrarian. Which just takes us straight there, no travel time. Oh, wait. You don't have to do a mission, it just does it. I thought there was a mission associated with it. So now we unlocked a new mission type. You have to avoid killing anybody or anybody dying during the period of your mission to get proper payment for some missions now. And like there gets to be missions where play defector mission. What does that mean? These are like weird challenge missions. See, I don't remember a lot about this game's this must be a preset like mission where you get this shotgun, this short blade, armor piercing short blade, so I was meant to use that on the armored guy. A swapper that has infinite uses, it slowly charges itself. That makes it so that you can teleport to so say I teleport with this guy and then I miss. He teleported right back, the cheater. Game pauses during the menu, so if you want to switch weapons mid-combat like I just did, it's pretty trivial. Oh, he's gonna fire. Some of these missions you can just do what I'm doing and sword your way through everybody. So what that happened just there is that guy shot at me, and after he shot the bullet, I swapped with him, and the bullet wound up hitting him, but he's armored, so it didn't hurt him. It's not a armor-piercing bullet he's firing. And you can do all sorts of wacky stuff like that in order to get around or confuse enemies. Like, I just teleport with him as a means of getting from A to B. Don't know why that guy came running from so far away, but whatever. Go over here. We can teleport with that guy and then kill the level 4 security guard, get his key. These guys are easy fodder. They're just standing still, and our goal is to assassinate this guy. Swap with him. Assassination complete. Now we can get the hell out of here. One way we can get out of here, since we have a pod, we can shoot this window. And remote control our pod. And since we're not like being thrown out the airlock, we aren't hurt. We have our oxygen helmet on. Everything's fine and dandy. So there we have it. We just did whatever that mission was. Just by running around, stabbing people, swapping with teleporters to get to and from places. Not a bad mission overall to show how you can kind of get good and do things a little more speedily and expediently. It's so satisfying when some group of guys are about to shoot at you or something and you manage to pull some teleport shenanigans that has them all killing each other. So Thankful Gemini is the guy we were playing as, and we can go up here, we can retire, and we can put a item in the pool of legendary items that we can find, or people on my Steam list who also have the game can find. So if I take the quiet concussive shotgun and I call it Goodnight Moon, confirm. Now there's a legendary item out there called Goodnight Moon that is the this person's only got 10 minutes to live, so 10 total minutes of gameplay time to quickly run around, get enough money to get the intel you need to steal the Star Spelt project, which is just going to be some random item in a box like the last one, and retire and die, basically. Those can be pretty tough. This person is tough. They take twice as long to bleed out, so you get less glory points as a result. Glitch sickness makes it so any sort of teleport you perform, you pass out for just a few seconds and lie there. So if you're planning to do quick teleport then stab, you can't. It's not allowed. This also has the you don't know how to recharge or self-charge gadgets, and at this point you're too embarrassed to ask thing, which is super funny because that's a great way to put it. And yeah, gadgets like that teleporter I was using that had the one use that recharged, this person only gets the one use, and that's it. But they've also got the positive traits of the bleeding out and concussive gun self-charge. Which is, I mean, yeah, like, I know how to self-charge this not self-charging gun, but I don't know how the newbie shit works. It's like the difference between, like, using a BlackBerry and an iPhone, I guess. That person also has the key cloner, which works at a distance, I'm pretty sure. We can do a quick mission or two with this guy before we wrap it up with heat signature. Assassinate this person without killing anybody else. That's gonna be tough. Assassinate somebody on this teensy tiny ship with only 3 people in it. Assassinate somebody on a ship pretty close to that one that I was doing before. And steal a thingadooey. Well, maybe try and steal something. That's always a little more, And this glitch back guarantee makes it so that if you're gonna be hurt, you just get teleported out and the ship escapes and the mission's canceled. So you really only get like one real chance at it, but there's no like risk associated with it. So we can give it a try. It pays well. This person had just, oh my god, hands are not on W-ast. Acid trap, a wrench, and a key cloner, and no money to do anything else with. I guess we can see who we can wrench upside the head, and maybe they'll drop a nice gadget or gizmo or something for us to murderize and or infiltrate with. Too fast every time. You're too fast. Okay, come on in, come on gently, come on in, there's nothing wrong. Hop on in the love machine and do the things you do. Okay. So we got a wrench, acid trap, key cloner. That means we're gonna wrench this guy once he... Oh. Damn. Okay, so the ship is trying to escape. If we can't wrench our way through here to get to the pilot and take him out, key cloner. Got it. Where's the pilot? Where's the pilot? Where's the pilot? I think I see him. Wrench this guy. Come on. 2, 1. Oh, we were so close. Uh-oh. Okay. Whoa. 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 Something happened with the, this wrench has serious range. I think most of the melee weapons are like that with the wacky range, and it's the short blades and other short weapons that have the more traditional melee range associated with them. So that's it. We stopped the ship from escaping to one of their bases and capturing us in the process. Look at all the quiet concussive guns. I guess we might as well take that and this acid trap I put down. That's not going to do anything for us. That was an accident placing that. Yeah, the wrench is kind of OP, it seems. No, yeah, most of the melee weapons are like that, where they have the range. I think even that hammer I was using probably would have done that had I used it more. But yeah, we cleared out this whole place. We got when we needed to, and now it's just, you know what? If you steal the ship and take it to one of your stations for scrapping, like I thought that first mission was, you get a bunch of money for it. So we go like this, we go T, set course for nearest friendly station, and then we can just either ride it back or go do something else, and it'll automatically fly its way into a station. Look at it go. And it's slowing down, and it's slowing down, and it's slowing down. There's the station. In it goes. Shoop. And then once we get in here, maybe not. Maybe I had to stay with the ship in order to get the reward. Maybe it was automatic. No, it wasn't automatic. I don't know. Maybe I had to stay with the ship. Maybe it doesn't count if it's a mission. Maybe you have to do that on your own time. So we have someone to rescue without killing anybody. That could potentially be really fun. If we take this mission, go to the shops and see if there... Oh, here's a swapper. So even though we pass out, if we swap with somebody who is then, you know, they were standing in a room just themselves, then we're safe for those seconds. We can lie there and be passed out for a moment. Nothing else here really, like maybe the rechargeable crash beam, but the problem is it's not rechargeable, so it's expensive related to other weapons. You know what, let's take the rechargeable crash beam because it would make for a good legendary weapon. We already have our mission, I didn't need to do that. Return to the pod. Fly to the mission. How far away? Relatively far, I guess. Whee! Up close, you're going real fast. Relativity, man. It's the wackiest. Okay. Ugh. I know it looks like I went straight through the ship, but when you're zoomed out, there's kind of like a larger representation of the ships, and the actual ship is like pixel sized. Okay, so they have heat sensors. We got a free level 1 key door. Maybe we crash their beams. Take them out that way. Get the level 2 key door. That guy goes in the night. We go down here. Boom. We got another one. Bam. A third. Grab our friend. Take out the guard and get the hell out of here before they drive their ship to the wherever they're going. And just like that, we're free. And since we only knocked people out with a wrench, we didn't kill anybody. We got full payment. They arrive at the station with a bunch of knocked out buddies, and no prisoner. You get missions later on where in order to get full payment, you need to not even alert the guards. There can be nobody like knocked out. There can be zero evidence that you were there. And those ones are really tough. You gotta be really, really freaking tricky. Okay. Steal a device. These people are well armed. Honestly, that one sounds pretty easy. Let's try stealing this device. Having no pilot means that if there's... I don't think it said the alarm means it'll fly to a friendly station and capture me. It usually says that pretty straight out, I would think. But had it had that feature where an alarm sends it back home, there would be no hitting the pilot to stop that. It just runs on autopilot. Okay, see, this ship has a bunch of guns on it, I think. What is with this circle shit they're doing? Okay. That's a lot of dudes. Crash beam is only got the one thing left. Swapper. Swapper could be useful, because watch this. We go boom. Now that we've got trouble, but we've got keys. A stealth shield is like an invisibility cloak that you're holding up in front of you like a blanket. People in front of you can't see you, but the people behind you can. Okay. Good swapping, good swapping. That guy saw me, but that's okay, because we can give him the big bonks. We need a level 4 key. There's one up here. I can't teleport quite that far. He's holding the key. He's on his own. He's alone with the key. Why did I jump out where he can see me? Oh, they both shot at each other and the guy with the key got knocked out. So hold F to fast forward because it can take ages for them to get to you to the airlock. Yeah, now I just gotta pick up that key, which is just lying on the floor now, and I've got access to the thing I wanted to steal. It doesn't seem like the alarm sent them home. It just brought guys with these shield matrices. Now, I only got one swap left. And it doesn't work in here. This isn't a shield matrice. This is a make my shit not work matrice. Shit. Ah! That first shot missing sucks. So I had a concussive quiet pistol there that I was hoping to hit the one guy with that first shot, and then maybe the other guy when he came around the corner. But missed the first shot. And now slightly closer to dying. Boing. No, 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 don't. Hold A, don't press D, hold W, hold click. That's how you fix your pod. If your pod gets shot at by a... So yeah, now my pod's damaged. They saw me through their window and shot at me. Oh, it almost happened again. Boing, boing, boing. Yes! Give him the old 1, 2, 3. The level 4 keycard can be teleported to my pockets like any other item on the floor. That is splendid news. Okay, where are you going, you speedy psychopath? This guy, not armored. That guy was, and he's mad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Get the thing. Okay, now we just gotta launch ourselves out a window. There's one right there. I think I still am on emergency fuel, and it's just not showing me in favor of showing me the oxygen. Maybe not. Looks like my fuel might have restarted. So, emergency fuel reserves will boost till about a third. So look, the tip is telling you that it's space travel. You can just go and you'll keep going. And there we have it. This guy's another step closer to being able to afford his liberation mission. So she wants 200. I got 150. This guy's 3/4 of the way there. He can pay for his liberation mission after getting 50 more bucks. Do that and then retire, and the cycle continues anew. Big stretches. Ugh. I think that's a good place to call it for heat signature. So that's heat signature. It has good music and I like it. It doesn't appreciate being not the main menu though. It gets mad about that. Next up, we got Highfleet. Here we go. So Highfleet is a Microprose game. They are relatively old developers, and it is a very stylistic, crazy-looking game. So what I will do... I think the best thing to do is start a brand new campaign. Oh god. Turn on the prologue and play through that. I'm awful at this game. It is a hard game and I am bad at it. The strategic side of it, where you need to be knowing where enemies are, where your guys are going, managing your fuel, all that stuff, I'm awful at it. So we're getting a memo. This is the whole prologue part that you can skip. The main game doesn't start till after the prologue, when like this whole starting story ends. We're supposed to proceed to a city and meet with the prince there. We're representing our whole big empire as here you go. This great desert, ancient kingdom ruled over the land long ago. It was torn apart by war, and now the Romani Empire has control over it. A Highfleet game with vehicles is like high on my want list. Something similar, but driving around. The land seems to be doomed to bear the burden of the war forever. An imperial official overthrew the king and declared a rebellion. Oh, okay, I see. And now we're coming to end the war as our big representatives of the Highfleet command. Alright, City of Eli's on the horizon, says Peter. He points. This guy points. Hold on a moment. We might have to turn off the dithering effect this game has because there is a little bit of dum dee dee dum. Well, it looks terrible on my obs, but doesn't look terrible in the game. Maybe I'll just leave it just to be a good indicator of when I'm actually getting full 1080p quality. We're gonna land in the City of Eli. So, gonna go here and unpause. It's one of those games, there's a lot of pausing, unpausing. If you look closely, you can see there's like the contrails from multiple planes, and then the shadows of those contrails. That's like our fleet flying through the air. Now we're descending. Now we're landed and we can open the door. Oh, I want to land all the ships. Okay. So, here's the controls for flying. WASD, up, down, left, right, and you rotate your ship with Q and E. All you need to do to land is land. So, you got this, like, dirty monitor looking screen. You got all these readouts showing you your speed, your height, little silhouette showing you your height, and then once you get to a certain
100 meters, everyone get ready.
Certain closeness,
Touchdown confirmed.
it shows you everything, and then you're good. So that increased my repair speed by 5% because I landed on the 5. If I look at the bottom there now, it's got this lunar lander style, smaller, harder. Landing pads are typically better. They grant you faster repair speed bonus. So if I go down to this one that's crammed in between these other ones,
Everyone get ready. Touchdown confirmed.
then I got 18% extra repair speed. Those little HP readouts, so now you can see our ships are showing up on the like fish finder radar as humps.
500 meters.
So that 5 and that 18 are now occupied by our ships.
300 meters.
But as I'm landing,
100 meters. Everyone get ready.
the little HP 14, HP whatever that you're getting on the ship is actually how much damage the ship is sustaining from landing. So that one I didn't take any damage at all. I landed on the feet so perfectly that it was basically a-okay. This is a slightly larger ship. It may or may not
500 meters.
struggle to fit where I'm trying to put it, and it may or may not be heavier, making it harder to land without taking damage. The idea is that if you don't land, there's guys like flying up to your ships while they're in like standby mode, and they're repairing your ship up there.
Landing complete.
But I guess if you land, then they don't need to do that. Good landings, all 4, very nice. We descend the ramp of our ship. There's a whole bunch of officers surrounding us along with our personal guard. We're very uncertain. People are waiting. The leader is a dignified nobleman surrounded by bodyguards. So, the Admiral sent you to talk to me, Tarkon. That is correct. I want you to liberate Geralt with me. Liberation? We've been at war with the Gathering for over 7 years and I've yet to recover my father's throne, and now His Imperial Majesty's admirals mean to retake it in a single week. Indeed they do, and I believe they'll succeed. He doesn't like that. My people cannot match the strength of the gathering fleet. We have but a single corvette for each of their heavy cruisers. You're brave, though. Yeah, he likes that. He likes being called brave. There's this whole mechanic where you sometimes talk to people in the cities, and the more they like you, the more bonuses they'll give you in that city. But eventually, the people that you're fighting, they send their tough stuff to you. If you stay somewhere too long, their informants will say, like, the whole fleet is sitting in the city, come send, like, a giant friggin' strike group. And they will. And that's part of the tactical part of the main game that I find so difficult. So if we land our ships in Kiva, what will happen next? Garrosh will return to the Crown's rule. That's damn straight, we're honest. Yeah, he'll help me, and, you know, maybe there'll be more allies. Tarkin of Kalhu's a good friend, and if we can talk to him, they'll be a worthy ally. That's just what we need. Apparently I was rude to him just now. So we can get supplies. Sometimes you can buy ships. You scroll pretty far left and right because there are much bigger cities that encompass much more space. But this one is kind of just a decent sized one on top of a hill. Drag the slider to buy fuel. Yeah, we can't buy too much. And if you sit here fueling up, again, there'll be people that inform the bad guys that you're hanging out here. And you got all these different types of ammo that you can buy for weapons. Incendiaries to light shit on fire, proximity fuse weapons so that even if you miss slightly, they blow up right next to the enemy and do damage anyways. Incendiary can be pretty good, but that was armor piercing. Ah, yeah, see, we can afford some of these. So we got 150, 200 incendiary ammo for some of our ships, and then that'll help us out. We leave, wait for shit to refuel by exiting and unpausing. He's pointing. He's doing the point. Look, Peter's pointing. Why were we chosen? Because he's nothing left to fight with. The talks are a formality. Oh, that's rude. So Dowd's just trying to get rid of me? Oh, you'll have time to prove yourself. You got fuel, but we gotta wait for the refueling. That's correct. So we can sit and wait unpaused. Zoom in. The more you try to zoom, the more flickery-dickery your screen goes. We're ready to fly. Let's take off. To Shmri. Now we're up and flying. So we got our contrails. You can see roads, smaller settlements here and there. Where it says no ELINT and no ECM, those are things you need to worry about, like radar. The louder radar that senses more stuff can be picked up by enemies, so you can't use it too much. There's so much to this game strategically, and so... Okay, hold shift to speed up times. It's taking a while. Whee! And now we're under attack by enemy forces protecting that place. That's what that sound is. The flag is where they sensed us. It's simple. WASD to move and Q and E to rotate, and shoot to fire. Get to pick the order of our ships. We'll send out our Navarins first, and then the big Wanderer, which is like more of a fuel ship than a fighting ship. We've got our incendiary rounds, which should take out these 3 courageous ships pretty easily. If you're getting too beaten up and you don't want to lose a ship, you fly to a like retreat point there. Switch ammo by pressing R. You can hear that reloading noise. It takes a few minutes for few seconds for ammo to reload, so you can't just keep firing. Setting them on fire. I'm paying more attention to where I'm shooting than where I'm flying. But this is the part of the game I really enjoy. It's just flying around shooting guys. See, that guy's wildly on fire. Or he was, anyways. Oh, they got rapid fire shooty weapons I wasn't ready for. Yeehaw! Now, our readout at the bottom right, once there's not bullets on it, shows us how much shit is damaged. We're getting pretty beat up, so we'll flee with this shit to the retreat point, taking a few shots on our way out. And then our next ship will show up. Oh no, bottom right is the enemy. My apologies. I'm on the bottom left, so I probably wasn't as beat up as I thought I was. We just did a retreat. We know what they were.
The enemy has been destroyed.
This guy I was just shooting at is losing control. He's hurting. He just rescued one of his dudes. If you rescue people, you get more honor. But like triangles are like ejected pilots and stuff. So there we go. We took a lot of damage on those 2 ships, I feel, but we won without anybody exploding. Oh yeah, they're beat up. You can see them at the top area here. So now that we're in town, we can all of them say 0 damage. I'm not gonna land any of these then. I'm just gonna... Boom. Do I have to pick one? Interesting. Okay. I didn't know you had to pick one. I just usually land them because it's nice. Let's just land one of these just to get through here.
Fire reverse thrusters. Beginning final approach.
There are afterburners that you can activate with shift. But you have limited amount of engine temperature to work with in this whole landing scenario. And you have limited fuel, and
Touchdown confirmed.
your pilots are affected by G-forces in battle. So if you are whipping upwards and then backburner the other direction super hard, the people flying pass out and your screen goes black while that's happening. I'll try and make that happen. We can replenish our missiles here, he says, but first the ship works. Oh, he's teaching me how to attach new shit to ships. So these missiles can go on here. And and then we can just leave to be done. Or do we do these ones too, just for shits and giggles, because it's a tutorial and it's fun. So this is kind of a limited version of the shipbuilder, which is where I would like to go once we're done messing around in this prologue. So let's exit. Supplies. We'll drag the slider to get enough fuel to go to Cal. Damn, we were like right empty on fuel, eh? Okay, and then we go over here to 57mm incendiaries by 220 and call that good. Now we can exit the city as long as there's nothing else. Reported to the Admiral, he's satisfied. He treats me like a clueless child. I'm the son of his liege, the Emperor. Oh, I'm the son of the Emperor. Yeah, there's a lot of lore and war-related drama here. So we are refueling. Zoom out. Go to Calhoun. Okay, wait, our ships aren't done being fixed. Apparently. Where is he seeing that? Did it just finish? Am I drunk? I think it just finished after I started looking. So it's that red line that shows how far sensors usually reach for a town. If there's enemies there, they'll see me there usually. Whether or not these guys saw me and just ignored me or what? Maybe they didn't see us. Not the sensors installed. Nobody was manning them. Oh, they got air defenses. So they've got a nasty anti-air rolling around, and then there are a handful of little slogger ships. We will, let's do number 3 to number 1, just to be contrarian, like we do. Oh, look at the size of those weapons. Did my missile hit that guy, or did a friendly fire incident just occur? The ship over there seems confused. See, these bigger guns are tough to aim. That's why they're not hitting me nearly as much as when they were tapping me. But obviously, bigger guns do more damage. Oh man. I was really hoping the debris from that ship would crash into that enemy, which can happen. Ships and their debris do huge damage if crashed into. The idea is that these ships are huge, like 100-meter long monstrosities, flying around using up tons of fuel, firing these huge 57mm cannons that I've got, and then God knows those cannons being fired out of that guy, what size it says they are. They're really on fire. I don't know if that's still the case. Let's switch to regular rounds. If we weren't already on them. We might have already been on them. Boom! Hit something critical. Hold on. I know what to do. Watch this. I'm gonna... Yay! I banned a stinky bot. landing. Open door. Let's land the Navarin that's damaged now. Because this one apparently seems to have counted as damaged. Oh, we're going for the 133.
500 meters. 300 meters.
Excuse me. Just belch right in the microphone for everybody to enjoy. Okay, yesterday's stream, the part where I was doing the Yoshi in
100 meters.
Pianta Village, the Yoshi the secret underneath where you have to take the Yoshi underneath and spray the stuff. And when I got the
Thanks for your hard work.
fruit for the Yoshi, I was talking about how I had to pee so bad it was unreal, and I had to fart, but if I tried to fart, I'd pee myself. That bit of audio got claimed as copyright, some random techno-y song, supposedly. Apparently the voice of me saying... It might have been the Yoshi sounds or something in the background of the game, but it did like an auto-algorithm copyright claim. And I just find it so funny that it was the part where I was just saying I had to pee so bad. Somebody copyright claimed audio of me saying that I was gonna pee my pants if I tried to fart. Imlan Harish. I think I had some of that for lunch the other day. I welcome you. He liked that, and it was telling me that he would like that. Sometimes you have knowledge of what people like, what you say. So if I say this, it will be a -1 for sure. This guy seems battle-y, so I will give him a dagger. He likes force. I would like to talk to him of the great future. Yeah, he likes worldview. That's good. We'll try this one. Yeah, he likes wealth. Okay, so that means he'll probably like that gift of the Empire Cross. Yeah, likes the gifts. You can't do any better than that. I don't think I've ever 100% completed a speech check on this game before. That was really well played, apparently. Will you join us? Of course I'll join you. I'm so happy with you talking to me about war and giving me presents. He says, huffing another big breath of his, like, gas tank mixture he's got attached to his chest. Where can I meet more people like you? I don't know. Fuck you. Okay. Now he brought me a new ship. So we can go to the shipworks, we can repair the whole ship. Shows you the broken parts. Okay. We can reattach missiles. Oh gosh. Pod for crew members. Maybe they don't have missiles here. Generator, large quarter, generator, small quarters. Fire suppression. Antennas. Yeah, I don't think they sell what I want here. Okay, so we're repairing that. Good. Supplies. We need all the fuel we can get, apparently, isn't enough. More of this ammo. I don't think I used any of that last mission. Now we're getting a transmission from the Admiral. Seize the city of Melka, wait for the main forces. Alright, where's Melka? Right there. Refuel, 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 refuel. Everything seems like it's fixed, but we don't have enough fuel to go there. Can we go back into town and get more fuel now? away we go. What do they have to fight us in Melka? So yeah, it's telling you that if you just click and hold while you got a full magazine of ammo, you can potentially hit the enemy easier because you're not... We'll do that. Give them each 110. Let's do it. Not the gladiator first. That'll be like if the other guys can't do it. And this one has missiles, so we'll use it first.
Missile launched. The enemy has been destroyed. The tanks are on fire.
Oh my god!
Target destroyed.
Ship's getting fucked.
The fuel system is burning. Overheating engines.
Go, go, go to the retreat. Go to the retreat.
Engine lost. Abandoned ship.
I ditched the ship because it was F.
Fuel system is on fire.
Don't let him hit us. So yeah, you can see the screen going dark there when I boost sometimes. That's the G-forces acting on my people. I think I shot that missile out of the air. I think. Okay. Let shit reload and then fire away. Man, I suck. We only got about 69 fuel left.
Target destroyed.
Oh, I got him! Just by whittling him down from the top there. That was great. Aside from everybody who died on the first ship. They, we feel bad for them. %'s
Beginning
fine.
final approach. Fire reverse thrusters. 500 meters. 300 meters. 100 meters. Throwing it ready. Touchdown confirmed.
It. Oh, I landed on 2 different 10% at once there, so that counted as 20%.
Fire reverse thrusters. 500 meters.
I guess I'm having 2 different crews work on my ship at the same time, is the idea behind that. And if you absolutely must, you can do something stupid like this and land all crooked cattywampus.
Touchdown confirmed.
There's that 10 HP damage to parts from like stress. Repair the ship. Still no missiles here. Okay. Yeah, and you can only save in certain cities. Peter, Grand Duke. This guy looks so much like Sacha Baron Cohen doing some bit. We're doing great. Meeting with the Admiral. Everything's good. We followed the orders. We're going to the city of Ur to join the squadron there. And we got a new ship, the Nomad. Which I think is like the big capital ship, maybe? Since so far we've just had like little baby bit ships, but now we have the actual like, this is the point of the game. Pick up the phone! Look, this one I'm pointing at. Choose the band, the one that's blinking. Dial into the strength of the signal. Now determine the bearing of the... An uncoded transmission. In 12 hours, something's going to be flying southeast from Duneb to Kushan, apparently. Now we know exactly what they're doing. Those are the powerful strike groups. Where are they going? They're going to Kushan. Let's go by way of Hamat, then. Refuel. And let's go to Hamat. We have to destroy the garrison before they can sound alarms. So this is him telling us about the circle, how we can send quick ships in. Oh, so okay. Before we were going fast enough that we got there before anything could be done. Now that we have our big honkin' ship, we got to send the quick ships out ahead of us. We'll send the Navarans. So now we're sending our quick ships up ahead, meow, to do the fighting before our main ship gets there. A Lightning and a Jaguar. I don't remember what a Jaguar does. But look, since we got here so fast, they haven't even taken off yet. So a human being who can actually shoot would be able to take advantage of this. Me, I just get to wish I was that sort of person. Those are big dumbfire missiles that just got launched at me over there. This Jaguar is loaded up with missiles, I guess. We gotta retreat. We're on fire and we got no fuel. Or, no fire extinguishing left. This thing has many different types of weapons, and it's actually kind of scary. This one's more direct approach is also very scary. It kind of didn't let me take 4 ships like I wanted to. It forced me to just go after I picked 2. So you can blame the pro. Oh my god, the friendly fire there was great. Target destroyed. don't think that one's far behind. They just wasted like 3 missiles on their own. And oh, that piece of debris. So close to demolishing them. Oh my god. Really appreciate if they didn't do that. I believe exploding that missile right next to them like I just did was pretty effective. Yes! That was pretty hard fought. We're getting a pretty good taste of what Highfleet is like. Prologue's pretty good, I guess, for that. Okay, now both y'all can land. If you even have thrusters left. Oh my god. Yeah. So this ship has missing landing gear and thrusters. Oh no, it's got all the landing gear.
500 meters. 300 meters.
It's tilting to the left when I press up, so I've kind of tilted it to the right to
100 meters.
offset that on my final approach here.
Touchdown confirmed.
That was beautiful.
Fire reverse thrusters. Beginning final approach.
Try
500
and
meters.
land on these 210s, and that should be just fine.
300 meters. 100 meters. Everyone get ready. Touchdown confirmed. Landing complete.
There we go. 2 ships in the bag. Peter, we've already repaired things. Do they have missiles here? Doesn't look like it. They're being fixed up. We're being refueled. And I want more. I want all your incendiary ammo. What's the news from the capital, Peter? The situation's grim. Rebels are entrenched. I'm not talking to the Admiral. The Admiral's a wiener. Now that all our ships are here is when you want to refuel, because that's when you can actually get the fuel you need. I don't know why it's not tutorializing that properly. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm stupid. Yeah, now all of our radar shit is active on the left there. Alright, I can contact the Admiral for help using the help button. Game's like, do you remember how to do this? Right, scroll wheel for fine adjustments. Pella, speed 120 southwest. Kushan, Tamelka. Doesn't affect us. Oh god, that's a lot of dudes. Not good. I don't think it was good that we lost a ship before even destroying one. Why do I ask for help mid-battle? Guns are gone. I can't even shoot. Oh my god. Damn, this thing shreds though. So you get hit by a missile. I think we're done here. My whole ship is missing everything but the structure. So that ship that has those, like, shield UI to it, it has countermeasures against large bullets, such as the one these ships have. Yeah, I'm just letting it happen. Okay. So that's the Highfleet prologue. The Shipworks lets you build a ship from scratch, and lets you look at all the various ships that are in the game. I don't remember what was spiny. There we go. I like to make little tiny functional ships, and in this area you can test on ships, just test landing or fighting. Just what's it like. So we got 2 ground ships and 2 airships attacking us, and we're this little bitty thing. The idea is that it's so small it can dodge damn near anything, but it still has decent sized weapons. So if you get hit, you're effed. But in that time you're not getting hit, you can potentially do a shoot ton of damage. And when I try to play the campaign for real, where you start and you can pick all your ships, the prologue picks the ships for you and it's kind of rigid, but the main campaign, if you don't start with the prologue, you can customize your starting ships, and depending on how well you were doing before you die on your last attempt, you get bonus money to spend on starting ships. So in theory, you could just like keep playing and eventually start with enough stuff that it's impossible to lose. There we go. I killed the 2 ships, dodged all the missiles from the ground crew. All with this piece of crap that's got basically fuel, a bridge, weapons, thrusters, and the ammo and generators needed to run it all. I got flares in case they launch a missile that I can't dodge, just because there was this extra space. I think I was gonna put in fire suppression, but that requires more crew or something. We're already at like over our crew max. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what the intricacies of the shipbuilder are. I've only messed with it for fun. Any of these Mario named? No, just the Spiny. On a previous computer, I had a lot of custom ships with their own individual special purposes, and I had a really funky shape going that was really good that I called the Koopa based on its shape, and I think that's what kicked off my Mario naming convention for all my ships. Oh man. Those are the bullets that are tough. If they hit you with a bunch of the little ones, that can be disastrous for this little guy. But, it's really easy to dodge when you're this small and zippy.
The enemy has been destroyed.
See, they just self-missile.
Target destroyed.
And that's it. That guy can't drive down there. He's F. One more shot or two. If I could hit him. There we go. Everything's on fire. He's
The enemy
done.
has been destroyed.
I have put many minutes into Highfleet just messing around in this this editor. I hope the game's not too loud. It's a little loud in my ears, but not in an unpleasant way. Like, what's a rook? This is like a relatively small little rat-a-tat-a ship. Yeah, see, I like the idea of a small ship with a big gun. I have bombs. Oh my god, this ship has bombs. That's what it's meant for. So the purpose of the rook in the game's whole thing, I guess, is to go and see. Okay, let me actually. I bet you it'll tell us this. If we go to campaign, restart. Okay, prologue off, new game. Gives us this thing to agree with, and then it lets you pick your ship. So the Sevastopol is the default. Why is this? Oh my god, WASD to go down on this one. A Nomad and the Sevastopol are the heavy cruisers meant to be your starter ships, I believe. I don't know why this one has a star and the other one doesn't. Anyways, they all got these little descriptions, the main ones anyways. If we find the rook, are these in, they're not even alphabetical order, are they? It's just designed for air-to-ground bombing runs, so the rook is a little corvette just for bombing, with just air-to-ground bombs. And they've all got these different prices, so... I built a tanker that is basically just a... See, the range goes up by a decent amount with a couple more of them. I think maybe... Oh, see, we could probably only get up... Yeah, you're only getting, This ship has a range of 5470, so it can share fuel with the tanker that only has a range of 4910. But you're never going to get above that 5470, because a whole squad of... It's just going to average them out, basically. This Skylark has a range of less than the fuel blob for almost twice as much. That means I did a great job making a fuel tanker. I don't know what green, red, and black... I don't know what the difference is there. What they're equipped with for guns, maybe? Radars and stuff? Missiles? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what the coloring is. But, yeah, you pick your ships, you know, say, like, you wanted, 4 of these spinies. Now we still have 88,000 to spend. We can get a fuel blob just to help things out. Because these little guys only have slight range. So if we look at what happens, we got 4906 range with our fuel ship, but adding spinies lowers our range because they need fuel. And they can't go as far, so this brings that average back up, buying a tanker ship. You got these aircraft carriers that they don't necessarily themselves fight. They can send planes to go and launch missiles at stuff. And there's this whole mechanic where there are nuclear missiles that if you use them, then they'll start using them against you. And that can be... like this triumphant nuclear missile carrier. It's only for emergencies, because they'll start using nukes against you once you've broken that creed, and you don't want that. So that was a brief taste of Highfleet. I really enjoy it. I'm just gonna adjust my ops here for a second while I get Haven and Hearth going. I don't want it to load anything and show information it shouldn't. It's an online game with my login and all that I doubt will pop up any sensitive information, but let's just get the game going before anything happens. Looking good. Here we go. Let's set this back to that. So this is Haven and Hearth. Let me change. Yeah, Haven and Hearth is a category. Done. It's an online MMO, very survival crafty, and somewhat hardcore. It's PvP, but I love the progression in it, and if I hadn't screwed up on this last character really, really, really badly and made myself not want to play it anymore for quite a while, I'd still be playing probably. They just released a new world a while back, probably a good year ago now, it feels like, and I built too close to water, and you can't build your walls too close to water, which meant I couldn't have walls, which meant my shit wasn't safe, which meant I was hooped unless I moved everything completely, and I was not willing to do that. So I haven't played hardly any of this world. There should, in theory, based on what the devs have said in the past, be a new world coming soon, but could be anytime. Could be tomorrow. Could be 2 years from now. The game is on Steam. It's a pretty recent development. I've been playing the game since like 2010, off and on. It used to be 2D isometric pixel art. Now it's been a 3D game for quite a while. Hop right in. I'm using the Ender client, which is a custom player-made client with some extra features and utilities and this and that you can't really get on the default client. I'd be worried about my position on the map being revealed. But honestly, you know what we can do? I'm in the map now, so the map, my position being revealed on the map will be worrying if I cared about this character that I'm playing right now, but I don't. Point to click, point and click to move, and right click to interact with stuff. So come up here, it tells you go left for girl, right for male. We'll be a dude this time. I have some custom client stuff turned on that I'm not entirely sure why, and that I'll end up probably fiddling with to some degree. So now I walk through the water and I've become a boy with footsteps, not just a floating light anymore. I got a nudie bum. We can set our hair. We can look like a monk. We can look all raggedy. We can be basically like my hair. Yeah, we can just make a Germa. That works for me. I don't mind making a Germa. Oh, pardon me if you heard that over the mic. That was me doing something rude. We've got our introductory quests here that will be a bunch of nonsense that we gotta do just as like a tutorial. Every new character gets these quests. What is our characters' names? Horary man. And that's it. If you were playing with other players, you would interact with this stuff and tell it like a password to spawn near somebody else. But if you're just playing solo, you burn yourself into the world by stepping into the fire. There's a loud screaming dot. Oh my god! I'm instantly being beset upon by a bear. So Haven and Hearth has wildlife that wants you dead. That is hilarious. I cannot believe we spawn next to a bear, and if you look here, there's... Oh, you can't look here. My head's in the way. There's also a boar messing around. So basically all we can do is wait. This bear isn't leaving us alone. Let's just stay here for a minute, man. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you can choose whether you want to be popping up back at your spawn, which is, of course, right here, or if you want to stay where you are when you pop back up, or if you just want to log out. I'm not entirely sure what the... Oh my god, okay, run. So we're beaten to shit, so now you can see pretty easily. There's a... You can't really see the red, but there's red, yellow, and the black parts of this health bar. Black is missing health. Yellow is like health you can recover back. The missing health can only be recovered by healing wounds. So if we check our character, we've got a few deep cuts and a concussion. If you were playing seriously and this happened to you right off the bat, I would absolutely tell you to just not bother with that character and try again. That is abysmally bad luck. I actually don't think I've had that happen to me ever before. On the plus side, though, the game used to have you spawning in a group area where everybody spawns, and that was potentially very dangerous. What had just happened there is I picked up an item from the world, and it gave me experience point or learning points. Sorry, you gotta do it right. And a new recipe using that item I picked up. So since I picked up a bug, I learned a recipe that takes 2 bugs and a fire to cook some bugs to eat. And I also got points that can be spent on either your stats or new skills. Your like attributes can only be increased through eating food, and different food increases different attributes. The cost of these, like every level is 100 times its level for the cost. So getting anything up to level 2 costs 200. We only have the 186 that we got just from picking up random crap or what have you. So say if we pick an apple from this tree, it'll be the first time we pick that particular type of apple. We get a bunch of extra experience points. We take bark, we get experience parts for that. Branch, we've never picked up a branch before. We got a bunch of new recipes for picking those things up. So a basket we can make out of branches is now in our repertoire. We can now make a campfire or a little burning stick by rubbing 2 together. If we chip this stone here, we can get a piece of rock, and since it'll be our first time getting that particular type of rock, we get the experience points. If we chip a different kind of rock for the first time, we get the experience points. So a lot of the first part of the game is obtaining everything for the first time so that you get a bunch of experience points. I keep calling them experience points, but they're not. They're learning points. You're getting learning points. Experience points are something different that you spend to get more learning points. If we look at our ladybug we got here, it gets us 126 learning points if we study it for 3 hours, and it has a weight of 3. I've got some extra stats there, but the pink mental weight one, that's how many intelligence it requires to study. We have our study here. We can put the ladybug in it, and boom, we're now studying. We're going to be spending 3 experience to study that, but in 3 hours we'll get 126 more learning points. Ladybug, not a great thing to study, like, when it comes to lots of experience or learning points fast. But you take what you can get early on. Different trees sometimes will have tough bark. I don't have memorized which ones do. Control click to drop shit. I don't really need any of that stuff, so I'm throwing it all on the ground. It's all piled up there, and you can pick it back up by right-clicking on it if you so desire. Looks like there's a player-built construction, so we're going to head this way. You've got a hot bar, and custom clients add more hot bars generally. There's a bunch of actions such as dig. I like to have on there repair. Lift is a big one. Destroy is another commonly used one. You get more of these as you level stuff up. This is a rabbit. If I had the hunting ability, I could try and catch it and make some stuff out of its hide and bones and all that. You do have to dry the hide. You do have to tan leather. Both take like real life a day kind of thing. This looks like one of those posts you can string. You can put a string between, and you'll get. You can put lights on the string. This is a frog on a rock. They give quests. If you find one, you can greet him, and he'll give you a quest to greet someone, create an artifact, and report back to him. So now we have another quest giver. It's giving us an objective marker too, and we could go talk to him, and creating an artifact is putting an upgrade in a piece of gear. So you can craft a little upgrade item. You can put that in your pants or your shirt and get like +5 to some stat. This looks like a beaten up, abandoned thing. I could be wrong. How do I... I'm in a village. That's what this red boundary is. This is a village boundary. This is interesting. This wall seems to extend beyond where it shows up on the map. It looks like this village down here on the mini map that you can't see. The reason my mini map's not up in the top corner too is because there's this big village in the mini map here that I'm coming up on. But I can also do that, I guess. Oh, wow, yeah. This is some sort of big project they're working on. People really go crazy with, like, the group projects and all that in this game. In order to really start increasing quality, something else I should touch on is, I was picking up stuff. It was all quality 1. They had a little 1 next to it. I think if we look at the... Yeah, see this 1 up here and the 1 next, quality 1 on the tooltip. Everything has quality. I always considered 10 to be like the base quality, and anything below that to be garbage. And then once you go up from 10, things start getting slowly better. Foods start giving you more stats. Weapons do slightly more damage. And the main thing is a higher quality ingredient will create a higher quality product. The quality spiraling that you got to do by constantly like making number go up. If you're really looking to get the highest quality stuff, not just like, oh, I finally got metal smelted and I can make metal tools. If you're actually looking to get, oh, I've got level 200 metal tools, it is such a game. To start from where I'm at, where you craft a stone axe out of a stone and a stick, and then using that to... I guess I can't even chop stuff down yet because I don't have the skill for it. So available to us is foraging and will to power. We'll buy foraging for 25 learning points. That lets us pick up wild plants that we'll start seeing on the ground now. They'll pop up on the map unless you disable them. Now we need hunting to start grabbing animals, since they can already hunt us, as we learned from the bear. Firecrafts lets us do more with fire. Lumberjacking, we need to start chopping stuff. Landscaping's a cheap one that unlocks a lot of things. Pottery is required for many. Stoneworking is a definite necessity. Carpentry is a big one because that lets us start building stuff like fences and all that. You can see the new discoveries popping up on the bottom left, kind of near my quests. The first beginning quest tells you to come click this I'm here button, so I'll do that. Now I've got a whole lot of tutorial quests about eating, drinking, lifting objects. The lumberjacking and firecrafting and hunting we just all unlocked. What else can we buy for 200? Fishing is a huge deal. Fishing is a great way to get food early on that doesn't suck terribly. So for crafting recipes, we unlocked ourselves the roasting spit, which you can make over a campfire. That gets you some better cooking opportunities. There's a water strider there. That's something else you can study. If I chase it down in the water and manage to grab it, I can study that for more learning points. If we back up to adventure, there's 3 menus. There's adventure, build, and craft that are important. Adventure is your actions as well as like your landscaping, lay brick, lay stone, set up a new surveys for flattening land and moving dirt around. This is where you make your fire pits and all that. The build is where you have your furniture, your buildings. So we've unlocked the stone bench to make. We've unlocked a stone sign called a rune stone. We have the ability to make the fireplace out of a few rocks. We can make stone fences and stick fences. They're the fences are good because early in a game, like in a world, I mean, not in a game, in a new world when nobody has anything yet. Yeah, he's kind of skimming against the deep water. He'll be tough to catch. Got him. And then we can study him, and he goes in our study window. Early in a world, when you're trying to protect your stuff from people, and nobody really, like, I mean, I say nobody, but a lot of people are really fast at getting this stuff. A lot of people won't have the skill to vandalize your things yet. Even though they might be able to trespass and steal. Those are skills you have to buy. And those skills really only affect you messing with other people's stuff, whether it's abandoned or fresh or what have you. But a stick fence put in your personal claim, a personal claim being an area that once you make it, it counts as stealing and vandalizing and trespassing when people are on it without your permission doing that stuff. You can make it so in order to get at your things, they need to be able to vandalize your fence first and are willing to take that criminal scent that's associated with them afterwards. That fence makes it so that they have to vandalize rather than just walk on, trespass, and stealing. So the fence is good for decoration, but also good for stuff like defending your things early world, or against total noobs. If you're in a really secluded area and you don't think anyone important is going to find your stuff, just people who spawn in near you. And that's always the thing that can happen. Somebody spawns in near you. You might be in an area that feels like safe, quote unquote. This is a little underground, not underground, but like a little dwelling somebody has set up. They managed to find some level 20 something washed up bladder rack, which is a type of curiosity you can study for learning points. You can make crappy little tents. You can use these. There are caves. There's a whole underground system where there are different layers of underground, and if you go in a cave, you go into underground layer 1, and you have to build mine shafts to get further down. You can build a mine shaft in your base to get to layer 1 in your base and mine in there. But people can get into your mine shaft and come up into your base through it. This little tide pool has a bunch of nifty stuff you might not be able to get otherwise. A seahorse is a studying material, but we don't have the 5 intelligence it requires to study. If we take a look, we're at 9 out of 10. The bladder rack took up 3. All of these take up 3. The seahorse requires 5. So we'd have to get rid of 2 of these in order to study the seahorse. Seahorse takes 5 hours, 5.5. We got these that take the time it shows there. Not bad. LP per hour is one of the extra stats. That's the LP/H. That's an important one. 194 LP per hour on the Seahorse versus the Ladybug's terrible 39. There's stuff to really delve into once you get further in and you're focusing more on upgrading your numbers rather than just constantly finding new stuff. Like right here we've got prawns, we got lobsters, which hurt to pick up. That gave me an injury to pick up. I'm not wearing gloves and they poked me. We got crabs and lobsters. We got a tide pool full of crab roe. Like a, what did they call it? A spawning bed. Almost all this stuff can be cooked. This little pile here is a squirrel house hut. It's full of chestnuts, hazelnuts, walnuts. All those can be eaten and cooked in other dishes. If we look, we've unlocked some new recipes, just roasting meat, but all this stuff will be working towards unlocking new recipes. The world is really big. There is a world map available out there. There's even a 3D world map that, although it loads kind of shitty, it's really neat to see that. We might be able to catch the squirrel if we run fast enough. Your run speeds are up here. The game has a realm system. There's like your personal claim, which is your own little area. There's villages, which you can have multiple personal claims in a village and all people working together in a village for some stuff. And then there's realms, which are pre-divided on the map when the map is generated each world. And those realms eventually get taken over and run by like kingdoms in them, and as you upgrade your kingdom by doing things in it, you get these upgrades. So this particular kingdom of infected has all these upgrades, like quality and quantity of mushrooms, plus 30 and plus 75% respectively. That's pretty wild. Oh my god, I've got PTSD. This little house up here, right next to a lake, that's what I did. I thought I'd make a neat little place next to some water. What was their solution? Look. They flattened out a bunch of land they were going to build, and then they probably couldn't. I think this wall that they're prepared to build is too close to the water. Oh my goodness. Could be that they already had stuff going on and oh my gosh. It's a horse skeleton. Huh. Yeah, so this looks like a really decayed old settlement. Probably has a hell of a story associated with it. That's a lot of bones. They had a wellspring set up here with some trading posts beside it. They must have had a nice public area. I wonder if they got attacked by people. This is just a source of fresh water. I don't know if you can get... Oh my gosh, a dead horse. So, this is a domesticated horse. They look a lot different when they're wild. Every animal looks different wild. Normally, you wouldn't get a chance, really, to get the learning points from a horse. This is, like a tamed horse is something you don't see until pretty far into a world, like a couple weeks at least, I think. It's been a while since I've played on a world with, old stuff decayed everywhere. Like, all these hollow rotted logs would have been perfectly fine logs that slowly decayed into eventually the rotted ones. This would have been a big tree they chopped down that had one, two, three logs. I'm guessing they had something decent started, and being that they were on the edge of the ocean here, that's why this is light blue water on the map in some spots compared to the dark blue water. I know you can't really see. There you go. There's light blue and there's dark blue juxtaposed next to each other. The light blue is the ocean, and there are different continents. And somebody could have just swept by on a boat and said, "Hey, look, settlement right at the edge of the ocean. Let's trash it." And that's all it takes. The first time I played with a friend from college. He taught me how to play the game, and me, him, and one of his friends, I think it was just the three of us, we settled on an intersection in the river, and that was a colossal mistake. We wound up getting raided by people pretty much on a constant basis. As soon as we felt like we were back in, like, we're doing okay, we'd be robbed again in some capacity. This looks like another wall around a lake. Am I, like, just the only person who failed to do it and quit? It's just the way I was planning on building my wall. It would have been huge resource because I had already built half the wall, and then I hit the other half and it was like, this is too close to the water. And it's like, I can't adjust this in any reasonable way. That the wall building is expensive. You need to be chopping down crazy amounts of trees. Like, in order to clear the space for your settlement, you'll be chopping down trees anyways. But yeah, look, this looks like somebody planned on building a palisade around a lake, and they must have hit the too close to the water error and then gave up. I can't say for sure though. There's a lot of things that could have happened here that left this paved square around this patch of water. And, like, look at this. This is embedded in the side of a mountain. You can kind of see on the map all those black lines are like cliffs, and places where there's just a bunch of black lines in a group, that means it's a whole wacky, ridgy, cliffy mess where it goes up the side of a mountain. And a burrow. What is a burrow? I think a burrow might be a dungeon. There are randomly spawning animal dungeons, so there are ants and foxes, and is a burrow just one of these things I looked in earlier? Oh, these things are burrows. I think the map icon's different from what it used to be. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I just ignore them, turn them off usually. But there are randomly spawning dungeons full of, beavers or ants or foxes or wolves, and you almost need a group or a bunch of tamed. Oh, we found a ant somewhere running around. They don't do anything. There he is. Sometimes you find ents. They just run. That's all they do. They're like the mailman from Zelda. Yeah, these dungeons that spawn, they're really tough. Combat in this game is a hell of a thing. Uh, the rewards for completing a dungeon are supposedly very good, though. Oh, look, wild plants. So these wild... I don't have farming, so I can't do anything with them, but these wild onions that we see here, you harvest them, plant their seeds, harvest them, plant their seeds, do that like 4 times, and then they domesticate into some other plant. This looks like wild berries or grapes, or no, maybe tubers. But you have to domesticate plants to get them to actually be useful carrots and stuff. And that's pretty new. It used to be the only way to get plants was to find these wild weeds that show up after you level up certain skills. And then once you dry those, it would turn out their seeds for some random plant. Carrots, onions, squash, whatever. So this new system of finding wild plants and domesticating them is kind of neat. It's somewhat more immersive in my opinion. The wild weed system is still there. It I left run on this whole time, so my blue stamina bar has been sitting at empty, and anytime I was out of stamina, my guy would start walking. On different terrain, it changes how much your stamina goes down. It looks like somebody built a house somewhere up here. I just want to check it out. Climbing up cliffs, the height doesn't matter. You can always do this. And you can jump down in the same vein. You just double click on them once you're like up against it, stuck, and then off you go. God, what a shitty place to live. Every time this guy needs to get something, be it a tree. This looks like a prison. This doesn't look like a functional base at all. It looks like a... This looks like some sort of weird thing. There might be like... I don't know if you can put mine shafts inside houses. I don't know what that is. That's odd. I expected to find some like weird tiny base, but that's like... Feels like a set piece in an RTS game that'd be full of enemy units. There's snakes. I'm coming up on one now on the world map here. You can't see it. I don't care. Screw you. Snakes are hostile. There's a handful of hostile animals. The bears, the boars, the snakes, badgers, wolves. I think moose will come at you. A lot of the custom clients, like the one I'm using, have an option to turn on a red circle to show roughly their aggro range and play a little alert when you get close to one. Yeah, here's some wolves here now. When your like red HP goes down, you can see my red HP filled back in to fill up that yellow HP. When your red HP goes down, you get knocked out. When your yellow HP goes down, you get killed. And that's where the permadeath comes in. See, they didn't quite kill me. 7 health left. So he'll lie here knocked out for 30 seconds-ish. Then teleport to the Hearth fire if I have this checked. And then we'll lie there knocked out for a little longer before finally getting up. Usually when I'm actually playing, if I get knocked out while I'm out somewhere, I'll travel back to my Hearth fire, which is in my base. And see, here he goes. He's traveling back to his fire. And while my guy's lying here beaten, I will go grab a drink or do whatever, because usually at that point I've played for a few hours straight without any sort of break, and that's not good for the human body. So game tells me, hey pal, take a break, you've just been beaten to death, and I say okay, because I mean it's not an excessively long time to wait. Like other games punish you for failure in ways that are easily more bad. I killed myself. I thought that would happen. I died by picking up the hedgehog and taking the quill damage you get from picking up the pokey animal without gloves. So death is permanent. You die. It kicks you back to the main menu here. You can inherit your character's bloodline and get some of your LP, your stats, your attributes back, as well as ownership over the personal claim that that person had and any sort of like stuff with villages they got going on. I feel like all I did was just sit here and blah 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 about Haven and Hearth for like an hour. Um I like it though. It's so fun. Clam Hat? No. This character is the one that I oh my god, that's a moose. Don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me. It's the bottom side of this pimp hat is white and fuzzy looking, but it's a pimp hat with a lit joint on it. They released this one and they sell premium hats in their store along with like some bonuses you get from subscribing. And when this premium hat popped up, I paid like $8 for it or something like that. I couldn't resist. I've got this hat, I've got a sombrero, and I've got something else. But yeah, this character's the one that I was playing on when the whole fiasco where I built too close to water happened, and I lost all interest in playing because I didn't want to rebuild my whole thing. So I can't remember what I did. I think I just logged off and quit. Yeah, there's a sombrero. How do I put it on? Let's do. There we go. I think I pocketed some decent stuff. Maybe this is just the stuff I had in my pocket when I don't know. I can't remember what exactly I did when I quit, but I rage quit. I almost guarantee that there's a clam hat somewhere in the game. They have released so many hats that have only been temporarily available. I'm gonna look at the wiki. Ring of Brodgar wiki hats. Store hat list. Control F clam. Oyster. I'm positive there's something like that. It won't be named clam or something. It'll be like bivalve something. Damn, that's a lot of hats. Damn, that's a lot of hats. I'm just scrolling through the list here on the wiki. Nothing immediately jumps out of me as a clam hat, but I'll let him know that. Oh, you have played the old Haven and Hearth. Yeah, no, the best times I've had playing Haven and Hearth have been the times where I haven't encountered another person whatsoever, pretty much. There have been times where I've had really good engagements with other people and enjoyed some time mucking about with them. But yeah, I played back when the game was in 2D, the Legacy. Yeah, I think it was like actually very early 2011 is when my membership says it's started. Are these people active or not? It's hard to tell. They built around a lake. Everybody else is building around a lake, and I failed to do it, and I gave up. That's unbelievable. Wow, that's crazy. I just apparently have a skill issue. Now this place looks like it's been abandoned. All of their crops have died in the winter. All their beehives are full of wax. I've had fun playing on old worlds, exploring and just seeing what sort of nonsense I can find. Well, that was Triple H Day. It I don't know. I just felt like I needed to show off some of my wacky games I like to play so much, and I think it's funny that they all started with H. I'm definitely gonna end up playing Haven and Hearth on stream if they release a new world, and I'm probably gonna end up getting stream sniped. Somebody will find me on the map and just kill me for fun, because that's the sort of thing the players base will do. like chat said, too many mean players. But when they're not a problem, it's such a fun game. I really enjoy it. Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching. If you watched it on a VOD or on YouTube or whatever, you made it to the end. Thanks. It's great to see such viewership. But till next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye.